What's up everyone, I'm Blevin Robinson with West Coast Cajun Cuisine, and today's video, stuffed pork tenderloin. Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. If this is your first time here and you're interested in learning how to cook authentic Cajun cuisine and comfort food, then you've come to the right place. Click the subscription button and that notification bell so you don't miss a thing. Now today's video, I'm going to do a bacon and sausage stuffed pork tenderloin with the holy trinity of Cajun cooking. And that's a little onion, bell pepper, and celery. I'm going to throw a little garlic in there, some seasonings, and then I'm going to drizzle a mustard bacon butter sauce over the top of that. Now today's video is pretty special because it's a collaboration with a number of other YouTubers. Down below, right above the title of this video, you will see a hashtag, Baconator. Click on that hashtag after this video is over with and you will see a playlist of all of the other participants in this collaboration. Now the genius behind all of this is Just 88. Now if you have never heard of that channel before, I will leave some links down below. That channel is tons of fun. You've got to check them out, especially if you like some cooking stuff. They do all kind of different things. They do a live stream every Wednesday, and that's basically where this idea came up, was from one of their live streams. Some other YouTubers got together, came up with the hashtag, and then a bunch of us decided to go ahead and be a part of it. And so this is a big collaboration with everybody doing something with bacon. So like I said, if you want to check that out, click the hashtag. It'll bring you to a whole playlist of what's going on there. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump to that recipe, and I'll see you in the kitchen. Okay, you're gonna need to start off by having a pork tenderloin. That's pretty important. I put 3 pound here. That's what I had. I had a pretty small one. You can use whatever size you'd like, but I had that, so that's what I put in this recipe. Then you're gonna need 1 cup of ground sausage. Now I just used a smoked sausage that I ground myself. I have a sausage grinder attachment for my KitchenAid, and if you don't have one, you can just chop it real fine with a knife or find you some nice sausage already ground. You're going to need a half a pound of chopped bacon, half a cup of chopped onion, half a cup of chopped bell pepper, half a cup of chopped celery, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, 1 cup of shredded Colby Jack cheese. That's what I use. You can use whatever cheese you like. 1 stick of unsalted butter, 2 teaspoons each of Dijon and yellow mustard, 1/4 cup of white wine, 1 1/2 tablespoons of chopped shallot, and a seasoning blend, which I'll leave that recipe in the description below. Here we are in the kitchen, ladies and gentlemen. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take our sausage and I'm going to put it through the meat grinder because I want to kind of get it all nice and fine, like a ground meat, and then chop up the bacon, and then we're going to saute that with the vegetables. But if you don't have a meat grinder, that's perfectly fine. Just go ahead and chop it up with a knife really good. So we're gonna go ahead and turn this on, get this sausage going. I'm just gonna put a couple of pieces in here. I chopped up, as you can see, my sausage into some nice little chunks here. I'm just gonna push it down through this meat grinder. There we go. Nice and slow. Other pieces in here. Let's see the salt that this recipe calls for. First time I made this, I used the whole sausage, and trust me, it was way too much. I had way too much left over after stuffing that tenderloin. I'm gonna use a half one. It's just regular smoked sausage that I just get from the grocery store. I think it's Johnson's Polish kielbasa. Good stuff. Works in a pinch, you know what I'm saying? Alright, this is good. That is all the sausage we have here. Alright, I'm going to get this over here to the stove. I'm going to cut up my bacon, and we're going to saute this with the vegetables, and then I'll show you how to prepare the loin for stuffing. Alright, I got the skillet heated up on about a medium heat. I put about a teaspoon of olive oil in there just so that the sausage doesn't stick right when I put it in. We're just going to brown this up real quick. Just move it around, brown it up, and then we're going to move it to a bowl. And just put our bacon in here. Alright, I have taken that sausage and moved it to a bowl. And now I'm going to go ahead and brown up this bacon. I want to get this bacon nice and crispy and yummy. And once we do that, I'll add the vegetables. And we're going to use this bacon fat to saute the vegetables here in a little bit. Alright, we got our bacon all nice and crispy. I put it in that same bowl with my ground sausage, and I'm going to add the vegetables. Saute these for a few minutes, get them nice and soft, get them yummy. I left a little bit of that bacon grease in here so that I can saute these vegetables. I mean, this is a baking collaboration, so I want to make sure I get this bacon flavor all throughout this dish. Alright, after about 5 minutes in, it's starting to get nice and soft and yummy. Onions are just barely starting to get translucent here. What I'm going to do is add my garlic. If you add your garlic too soon, you run the risk of burning the garlic. Garlic cooks a lot quicker than everything else. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of stir this around. Cook it for another 2 minutes, 3 minutes or so. And then we'll put the bacon and the sausage back in here. And yeah, we'll go from there. Alright, it's been about 2.5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and add our bacon and sausage back in here. Give this a quick stir. Get it nice and well incorporated here. Turn the fire off because it don't need to cook anymore. Just want to get it nice and mixed. There we go. And I want to set this off to the side. We're going to get back to that pork tenderloin. So while our bacon mixture is over there cooling off, we're going to go ahead and prep this pork tenderloin. And as you can see, it's a fairly small one. Pretty thin here. So what we're going to do is take this thin side, right? And I'm going to slice it down the middle, but not all the way through. So and I have it on a piece of parchment paper. You might want to do this on a cutting board or like a baking pan. Make sure your knife is nice and sharp. So I'm going to go ahead and just slice this through right in half. And I'm just going to keep working it until we're about 3/4 of the way through. I don't want to cut it completely in half. We're basically just butterflying this thing. I'm going to open it up. Just like that. So I can get a little bit more here. I'm just going to keep working it until I can open it up flat. And then we are going to thin it out. So there you go. Our pork tenderloin nice and butterflied there. So you can go ahead and use plastic wrap for this, but I don't have any, so I'm going to use this wax paper. And if you have one of those meat tenderizers, that will work perfect. I don't have one, so I'm going to go ahead and use this rubber mallet, and it works perfectly. I use this for camping, and now I'm using it to thin out this pork loin. So we're going to go ahead and beat this meat. Hey, this is a family-friendly channel. Get your mind out the gutter. I'm going to go ahead and flatten out this pork tenderloin, get it nice and thin so that we can wrap it up and stuff it. Alright, so here we go. And because this wax paper will stick a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of separate it out. I don't want to tear it. And keep on going. I want to go ahead and try to get this to maybe a 1/2 inch or so thick. As you can see, it's sizing up there. Let me see what I got here. Pretty close. Yeah, that's it. Pretty close. So a 1/2 inch there. I'm satisfied with that. That will work. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transfer this to a baking sheet. So let's go ahead and transfer this over. That's why I like the parchment paper, or the wax paper, whatever you call it. Parchment paper. That's what it says. Alright, so here we go. Now that I have this on here, I'll go ahead and thin that up. Let me wash my hands real quick. Alright, the first thing I want to do is go ahead and season the inside of this. Just go ahead and sprinkle that seasoning on, and the seasoning that I put in the recipe there at the beginning. I just mixed it all together, put it in a bowl. And this makes life easier. Okay, so now that we have that seasoned, I'm gonna go ahead and put our bacon and sausage mixture in here. Oh man, this is gonna be ridiculous. Just spread it out. Get it all nice and yummy up in here. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Now that we have that in there, we're gonna add our cheese, some Colby Jack. All right, I want to get all these little morsels in here. All right, so now we're gonna roll this up. Here we go. Just gonna start off here. Roll it up as tight as you can. Wish my pan will stop moving on me. Get this all nice and to a nice big roll. There we go, like a big old burrito. There we go. Alright, this thing is looking ridiculous. I'm gonna take some butcher's twine now, and that's how we're gonna keep it from falling apart on us. Let's go ahead and do that. Just tie this bad boy up. Make sure it stays together. Alright, so now that we're at this stage, what we're gonna do, we'll season the outside. Get this all nice and yummy, man. I'll get a little hole over here, that's alright. Now we got this seasoned, let's go ahead and bring it over to the stove. We're gonna sear this in a cast iron skillet and then throw it in the oven. Alright, I got Big Bertha over here all heated up. This is my 20-inch cast iron skillet. I like to use this because I can go straight to the oven with it. If you don't have one of these, that's fine. Just go ahead and sear this in any frying pan, and then you can transfer it right back to your baking sheet. Oh yeah. So we'll go ahead and sear this on all sides. Get a nice color on it. You're not looking to cook this all the way through. We just want to get a nice color on the outside. Color means flavor. Get these seasonings seared into this pork tenderloin. Yeah, this is going to be good stuff right here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and spin about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I'm going to flip this over. Yeah, that's what we want right there. That's all. Just want to sear all that seasoning, all that yumminess in there. Then we'll go ahead and do this for a couple of minutes, maybe 2 minutes on that side. I'm going to flip it over on its edges, and then we'll go from there. Alright, now that I've seared it on all 4 sides, I'm going to go ahead and pop this in the oven at 350 degrees. I'm going to let that sit for about 45 minutes, and I'm going to come back and start checking the internal temperature. with a meat thermometer and hopefully get it to about 165, 170. We'll be good. Alright, in the meantime, while that's cooking, I'm going to go ahead and make this mustard sauce. And I'm going to melt down just a little bit of butter, just enough to saute my shallots and my garlic. So I'm going to go ahead and get that in there right now. I'm just going to saute this for maybe 2 minutes or so, just to where it starts to soften up just a little bit, just to get it to start releasing its oils and its flavor. And then once I do that, once that 2 minutes is up, I'm going to add the white wine. And once I get the white wine in there, I'm going to give it a mix. And I'll let that reduce down to probably a tablespoon, so it's almost like a syrup. Then once I do that, I'm going to start adding the mustard. And I add yellow and Dijon mustard here. And once I get that in there, I'm just going to get it nicely mixed, well incorporated there. And then once I get that mixed up really well, I'm going to start adding the butter. Now this technique is the same technique that I use in the video showing you guys how to make that beurre blanc, that garlic butter sauce that I use over that salmon in a previous video. I'll leave a link down to that below. Now I'm going to go ahead and just finish this off with the rest of the butter, get it nice and creamy. You may have to remove it from the heat a little bit. You don't want it to cook too fast because it'll separate. And then at the very end, I reserved some bacon from earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and throw that in there with just a touch of that bacon fat. And then we're going to go ahead and check on our pork tenderloin. And it turned out wonderful, so I'm going to go ahead and cut all of that string off of it and slice it up here. And I can't help it, so I got to get me a taste of this. And then I think we're going to go ahead and take this little piece and bring it over to the wife. And I'm going to plate this up and drizzle a little bit of that mustard sauce over it. Man, let me tell you, this turned out so good, ladies and gentlemen. And here is the end result. That's my take on stuffed pork tenderloin, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if so, give it a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. I'd really appreciate that. Don't forget, hit that hashtag down below, Baconator. That's going to take you to a playlist of a bunch of other creators that are involved in this collaboration that did some kind of video with bacon. And I'm pretty sure there's going to be some very creative videos for you guys to check out. Make sure you give them some love. Also, there's a link down below. Go check out Just 88. Like I said before, that channel is just tons of fun. Make sure you go give them some love as well. That's the genius behind this whole collaboration thing with the bacon. Next week's video, which is actually just going to be in a couple of days on Wednesday, you know what, we'll find out exactly what that is. I'm not exactly sure which I'm going to give you guys yet, but make sure you subscribe, notification bell, so you can see what it is. And until then.